Space tourism, wealth, access, and the ethics of exploration. Space tourism, once a sci-fi fantasy, is now a burgeoning industry led by companies like SpaceX, Blue Origin, and Virgin Galactic. While it promises a new frontier for human experience, it raises critical ethical questions about equity, sustainability, and the future of space exploration. Here's a structured analysis of the key issues. 1. Wealth and accessibility. Exclusivity. Currently, space tourism is a luxury reserved for the ultra-rich, with tickets costing millions. This highlights global wealth disparities, where a privileged few can access experiences unimaginable to billions, struggling with basic needs like clean water and healthcare. Equity debate. Critics argue that space tourism epitomizes inequality, diverting resources and attention from pressing earthbound challenges. Proponents counter that early adopter funding drives innovation, potentially lowering costs for broader access in the future. 2. Environmental impact, carbon footprint. Rocket launches emit significant CO2 and black carbon into the upper atmosphere, contributing to climate change. For example, a single SpaceX Falcon 9 launch releases 300 tons of CO2. Scaling risks. While current launches are infrequent, a booming space tourism industry could exacerbate environmental harm. Sustainable fuels, e.g. methane, hydrogen, and reusable rockets are partial solutions, but scalability remains unproven. Space debris. Increased launches raise collision risks, endangering satellites and future missions. Mitigation requires international cooperation on debris management and responsible practices. 3. Commercialization versus collective purpose. Shift in priorities. Traditional space exploration focused on scientific discovery and global cooperation, e.g. the ISS. Tourism prioritizes profit, raising concerns about commodifying space. Ethical dilemma. Does privatizing space undermine the province of all mankind principle enshrined in the Outer Space Treaty, 1967? Critics warn of a corporate space race sidelining public interests. 4. Legal and governance challenges. Regulatory gaps. Existing treaties lack frameworks for tourism-specific issues like passenger safety, liability for accidents, and environmental accountability. Militarization risks. Increased private activity could fuel territorial disputes or weaponization, destabilizing space security. 5. Cultural and philosophical considerations. Inspiration versus alienation. While space tourism might inspire STEM interest, it risks normalizing extreme inequality, framing space as a playground for elites. Human exploration ethos. Is tourism a natural extension of human curiosity or a distortion driven by profit? Philosophers argue that exploration should serve collective progress, not individual indulgence. 6. Pathways to ethical space tourism. Inclusive innovation. Governments and companies could mandate revenue-sharing models, e.g., taxing tourism profits to fund climate or social programs. Sustainable practices. Invest in green propulsion, debris mitigation, and caps on launch frequency. Global governance. Strengthen international agreements to ensure equitable access, like environmental stewardship and conflict prevention. Conclusion. Space tourism stands at a crossroads. To avoid replicating Earth's inequalities and environmental mistakes, stakeholders must prioritize equity, democratize access through subsidies, education, and phased pricing. Sustainability, enforce strict emissions standards and debris protocols. Ethical governance, balance commercial interests with global cooperation under updated treaties. As astrophysicist Neil deGrasse Tyson cautions, space exploration is a force of nature unto itself that no other force in society can rival. Ensuring it benefits all of humanity, not just the wealthy, is the ultimate ethical challenge.